This video/stream is sponsored by Trader Central. Trader Central provides funding for traders, spot cryptocurrency exchange services, and access to trading tools like copy trade software, portfolio tracking, and a social platform exclusive for communicating with trader friends. Sign up now using the link in the description and get up to 30% off on your first plan.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope you had a great week this past week, as the market gave us plenty of opportunities to capitalize on. In this video, I want to talk about my analysis for gold for the upcoming week, and as usual, I'll start with the weekly time frame and work my way down to the 4-hour time frame where I normally take my entry. On the weekly time frame, we can see that in the last couple of weeks, price has been bearish since price got to the 2000 area, and then price has fallen drastically as well, gotten all the way down to the 1875 area before bouncing back up a little bit. And so we can see that we are in this bearish run. Also, if you look closely, you can see that price has more or less from this double top pattern as well. Price getting here, and there's that possibility that price could even come back again to break this support area and then get all the way down to this next support level with 1833 area, which also coincides with this trend line. So it's possible that that would happen as well. And so we have to watch that out for that, even though they've been this rejection of the 1875 area. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that as of last week, when price formed this nice bullish candle, breaking this previous support and now resistance, price continued to the downside, and I said that if price breaks down this area here around the 1940 area, that most likely price will continue to the downside, and that's exactly what happened. Price closed there. I was able to capitalize on the move and take my entry to the downside, so we gain about more than 500 pips on that move. And now what happened now is price continued to the downside, got down to this support level at the 1875 area, went back up to resistance here and quickly rejected off. As you can see, this candlestick forming, that is the bearish pin bar. You can see the nice rejection of that area there, and you can see previously when I spoke about this area as well, this 1915 area, I said if price is going to break it, it's going to be by a very strong candle. And as you can see, the candlestick that closed it here, it's a very strong bearish candle. And I mentioned it last week that if price should break this level, it would be by a very strong bearish candle, because this area is a very strong area. As you can see, price rejecting off it several times, and so you need a very strong candle to break through it, and that's what has happened. And then price came back down and now has rejected off this level, so mean that this area has become, this 1915 area has become quite significant. And I see price rejecting off and then continuing all the way to the downside to this support area over here around the 1832 area, which also coincides with this trend line. So that's what I'm saying on the daily time frame for the for gold. And if I'm going to capitalize on this trade, mostly I will just enter immediately the market opens, putting my entry here just as this pin bar is closed, because for me that is a bearish signal, putting my stop loss above here, which is a very risky trade, to be honest with you. You'll be risking about 250 pips to gain about 600 pips on that move. So we have to be very careful while trading this. Also, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can look for a better entry there as well. And that better entry would have been when price got to this area here, and I hope some of you would have capitalized on that as well, entering at an earlier point here, and that would have reduced our risk rather than entering at this area here. So what I would say is, if you haven't entered this trade yet, okay, rather than entering at immediately the market opens, right? Because that would just increase your risk significantly. What you can do is, that's if you're not already in this trade, what you can do is wait for price to break this support area at the 1875 area. So if price continues to the downside here and gets down to this area, we wait for price to break this area here. Okay, then we enter on the retest. If price gives us a bearish signal on the retest, then we'll take our sell trade to the downside. And the reason why I'm saying you should wait and not rush into entering the trade is that if price gets here, there could be a bounce to the upside, or even if you enter directly from here, price could just move again to the upside, and that would just, that's a very risky trade, and you don't want to do that. So rather, to be more conservative, just wait for price to get down to the support area and break it. Then when price retests the area and gives us a bearish signal, then we can enter our sell trade from there and just risk about 80 pips on that move, and we'll still gain about 300-400 pips on this move as well. So it's still a very good trade with a very good risk to reward ratio too. So we don't have to risk so much, and we can still gain a lot from that trade. So we have to be very, very, very careful. And I wouldn't be buying gold unless if price gets down to this support area here and gives a bullish signal, something similar to this where price got down here and gave this engulfing candle, then I may decide to enter my buy trade from there. So if price gets down to support, okay, if price gets down to this level here and gives us a bullish signal here, then I can decide to take my trades to the upside and see how price reacts to this area as well. And if price decides to break it, then continue to take my trade to the upside. Okay, and then this more or less will now be like a double bottom pattern that we will be trading. So something like that to the upside. Okay, so that's why this area here is very key, the 1875 area, and then we'll wait for price to get there and see how price reacts to that particular area. And but if price decides to reverse from here as well, which I think is still possible, so again, there are so many possibilities with gold at the moment. So if price gets down to this area here where price is at the moment and gives a bullish signal, personally I wouldn't trade it. I would only trade it if price starts to reverse from this point here. I would only enter a buy trade if this area here has been broken. As I said in the past, this area is quite significant, this 1915 area. So if it breaks again to the top, then we'll enter on the retest and then take our bullish trade to the next significant resistance area around the 1964 area. So looking to capitalize on about 400 pips on that move, and we'll be risking probably about 100 pips. So a very good risk to reward ratio is that. And if this happen again, as it's likely possible, this will be more or less a inverse head and shoulder pattern. Okay, and then entering will just be when the neck breaks, and then we'll wait for a retest there, and then we can enter. So that all falls in line as well, and that is there's a very strong possibility that could happen. So all we need to do is to watch and see what happens, to observe. If you're not already in a sell trade here, if you're in a sell trade here, when the market opens, you can break even and take some partial profit and see how price reacts to this area. If price breaks this area to the downside, then wait for price to get here and see how price reacts. And that's how we will trade gold. So this has been my analysis for gold for the upcoming week. I've identified several important areas where we need to look out for. And when price gets there, then we have to trade according to what price shows us and not just rush into any trade. We have to wait for confirmation. I hope you found this video very helpful. If you have, kindly leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel for more analysis video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great week ahead. Peace.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me piercing through. I can't forget the day we met. Your smile so bright.